The Case of Annie Young, Chapter 2. Ocean View is a haven for those looking to relax in style. Whether that means lounging on the beach, enjoying a spa day at one of the local resorts, or taking part in water sports like kayaking and paddleboarding. Despite its exclusivity, the town maintains a welcoming, unpretentious vibe, making it a perfect destination for both families and couples looking for a peaceful escape. Soon the peacefulness will change. Soon it will be replaced with terror. Detective Frank Hawkins is Ocean View's only detective. He wears that title like a badge of honor and a burden. Standing 6 foot 2 inches and built like a man who never left the academy gym, Hawkins is in his mid-40s and still cuts the figure of a street cop who never forgot how to fight, chase, or run towards the trouble when everyone else runs away. He's been on the force for over 2 decades, long enough to know how deep the rock can go in a small town and how to navigate it without getting his boots too dirty. People in Ocean View either respect him or fear him, and sometimes both. With a sharp eye and a reputation for being relentless, he's the guy you call when something really goes wrong, and the guy you pray never has to knock on your door. Hawkins doesn't say much unless it matters. He keeps his circle small, his cases tighter, and his instincts sharper than most. Ocean View's a quiet coastal town on the surface, but Frank knows better. He's seen what hides beneath the waves, and he never stops watching. Hawkins stepped into Murphy's International Pub. The door groaned open like it was announcing him personally, its hinges protesting in a way that drew half-hearted glances down from the regulars huddled around the bar and the booths. Most looked, recognized him, and turned back to their drinks. The new faces lingered a second longer. Hawkins moved with the quiet assurance of someone who didn't need to flash a badge to command attention. His dark coat hung open, rain dampening the shoulders, and the chill of the evening still clung to him. His eyes, gray and unreadable, swept the room once without lingering. Without breaking stride, he made his way to his usual spot, a corner table tucked against the far wall where his back would stay covered, and the whole room lay in front of him like a case file waiting to be read. Every detective had his ritual, and this was his. Before he could sit, Kate Murphy was already there. Murphy, the owner of the pub, is a striking presence despite her small frame. Her flowing red hair cascades over her shoulders in wild, untamed waves, catching the warm light of the pub like a flickering fire. Sharp green eyes, always watchful, miss nothing that happens within her walls. Though petite, she moves with a quiet confidence, graceful, sure-footed, and commanding in her own understated way. Whether she's wiping down the bar, sharing a sharp-witted wit remark with a regular, or settling a dispute with nothing more than a raised eyebrow, Kate holds the room with effortless authority. There's warmth in her laughter, steel in her spine. She's as much a fixture of the pub as the worn wooden beams and the scent of aged whiskey. She emerged from behind the bar like she'd sensed his arrival before the door even opened. Short, sharp, and always 2 steps ahead of everyone in the room. Kate slid a glass across the table towards him without breaking her stride. 7-7, she said, not quite smiling. Hawkins nodded his thanks and dropped into the chair with a faint groan. Appreciate it. Same as always, she said, more to herself than to him. Her eyes flicked to the door and then back to the room. She lingered for a moment like she might say something more, then thought better of it. Instead, she moved off, calling for another waitress to cover table 6. Kate had inherited the pub from her father. It was originally called Murphy's Irish Pub, like so many around the world. She rebranded it Murphy's International Pub, the home of beer, wine, and spirits from around the world. It had done quite well under her watch. It was karaoke night, a weekly exercise in auditory tolerance and secondhand embarrassment. The mic had already fallen into the hands of someone 3 drinks too deep, howling their way through a butchered rendition of a 90s power ballad. No one was impressed, but a few clapped along anyway, either out of politeness or pity. Hawkins sipped his drink. The whiskey warmed him immediately. The Sprite dulled the edge just enough to keep him sharp. His eyes moved again. Habit, instinct, maybe both. By the bar, Annie Young, one of the veteran waitresses, was managing the chaos with her usual mix of charm and silent judgment. She stood near the high top reserved for guests of Millionaire's Row. A string of Ocean View rentals perched just beyond the dunes. The real name was Ocean View Cabins. 2-month minimum, 5 figures a week, no refunds for shattered illusions. Tonight, the Row's latest tenants were loud, overdressed, and deep into their second bottle of overpriced Merlot. Hawkins watched them, laughed too hard, gestured too wide, and pretend to belong in a town that didn't give a damn about their vacation stories. He caught Annie's eye. She rolled hers and mouthed, "Killed me." He smirked, then returned to his drink, but something fell off.